Hi, I'm Doug Simon of DS Simon. I'm at the PR News social media conference with Calvin Stowell of Do Something. Thanks so much for being with us.
Definitely, thanks for having me.
Got to start completely out of my element. Tried to get some of the younger people on my team to converse with Calvin, since, you know, the demo thing is bad, but I can turn that into a positive. I've got 2 teenage boys. So first thing, is it a good idea for me to try and capture video of my teenage boys' Snapchats?
They'll actually get a notification if you do any kind of capture of it, so I wouldn't try it.
So could I use my own phone and just record it separately? Would that set me free?
Yes, but then you'd have to be like over their shoulder recording it while they're recording themselves, I think.
Yeah, so sounds like a bad idea. So let's turn more to a good idea of how you can use this technique in marketing, and that's something that Do Something's doing very effectively. Tell us how you use it, and are there possibly other organizations that it could be relevant for?
Yeah, I think if you want to reach young people, you should be on Snapchat. I had the stats in there, but I know that it's half of all 18-year-olds in the country are using it, and something like 30 million active users, and it's growing every single day. So I think if you care about young people, you want to reach them where they are, and Snapchat's one of those ways. And kind of what we've done is just, we have a face to it. There's an employee where one of his main job responsibilities is to Snapchat all day, every day. And we use it to do promotions for the campaigns that we run, to give some of our friends love. And yeah, it's just a fun, unique, new thing that we're like, you know, getting our hands into.
Great. So your employee whose job it is to Snapchat.
Yeah. What
does he tell his friends that he does for a living?
So his official title is digital associate, I think. And Snapchatting is one of his jobs, but he pretty much focuses on the mobile messaging. So he does all, like, we are doing like Kik, Line, WhatsApp, and Snapchat. So he's pretty much focused like entirely on getting our brand out there through mobile app devices. But he is a former male, well, I guess he still is a male model. I mean, he says he is, I don't know if he actually is anymore. But he's very telegenic, so he's like the perfect face for a Snapchat. He's gonna watch this and get mad at me, but he's very telegenic, so he's like a great face for our Snapchat account.
No, that is good. And you know, we've been joking a little bit, but the reality is one of the key lessons, you want to target your messages to where the people are.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to be getting teenagers to go many places, but you're getting them on Snapchat. So if you're a brand that wants to engage with this group, what are some of the tips? Maybe you're a sneaker company that would have a high level of interest in that group. What are some things you can do?
I think really working with different influencers to help kind of like launch your brand, and then showing content that's relevant. So I think 17 magazine, obviously their demo is, you know, well, demo probably is actually like 14-year-old girls, because no 17-year-old still reads 17. But yeah, 17's gonna get mad at me too when they see this. So what they do is, you know, they always have celebrities visiting their offices. So they've turned their Snapchat kind of like a behind-the-scenes look at their offices. So like, oh, here's like Demi Lovato, here's like Ariana Grande, here's Miley Cyrus, and like they're all just like hanging out in our office. So really figuring out like what is authentic to your brand and what you think people actually want to see from you, and building it from there.
So one important issue that gets brands nervous, and you made that point, okay, 14-year-olds like to think they're 17-year-olds, but there are certain legal issues in targeting the younger demographic. How does that come into play with Snapchat messaging?
So you're supposed to be over the age of 13. So there's all these like compliance rules from the government about collecting information. So if you're like a brand, like Facebook isn't allowed to let you sign up if you're under 13. Of course, every kid lies and just says they're over 13 to get around that. There is a version of Snapchat, like a safe version of Snapchat that they also developed for kids that are younger than 13. I don't think anybody uses it. The best thing that you can do is, you know, you can't always control the content that's coming to you. You can control the content that's going out to people. And just knowing that you will have a lot of young eyes on what you do, so don't do anything too crazy.
Great. And as we come close to wrapping up, you've mentioned you've already ticked off 2 people. I like things to come in threes. Anyone else sort of on your list that you might want to annoy during this conversation? Because you've got 2. You had your guy, you have 17. Who's a third one?
I think any stoner brand is really great at Snapchat. It's like stoner brands, I mean brands for like 20-something-year-old college kids, typically dudes. So like Taco Bell is great on Snapchat. Denny's and IHOP are both really great too on social. Hamburger Helper, basically any brand like for like someone that has the munchies, essentially, really kills it on social media.
Got it. So we'll probably be seeing it, except they're a little too young. I was going to say the Senate race in Colorado could be some significant opportunities. But thanks so much for being with us.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.